Hello everyone and welcome back to the SL and Shiro podcast once again. I am your co-host SL and we have Shiro with us once again.
Oh, hello.
This episode we are covering Sonic the Hedgehog. Someone who has been with me since I was the ripe young age of 3 years old.
Yeah, as for me, he's been around for me around the, around the same amount of time. I haven't, but I'm not much of as much of a Sonic fan as SL here is.
So that's why I'm leading this episode.
Yeah. Nice change of pace. I feel like I've been leading,
every episode.
Yeah, so, your turn, I guess.
Alright, guess I got nothing better to do than just hop straight into it then.
Right.
Alright, so, what better place to start with than Sonic 1?
I remember, so Sonic 1 and a few of the other Genesis games were released on mobile phones, right?
Yes, they were ported to pretty much everything after a while.
That's how I played. Them. The mobile game. I do have this re-release of the Sega Genesis, like a collector's edition with a wireless controller and all that. But the weird thing is the only Sonic game on there is Sonic 3 and Knuckles.
That's the only one?
Yeah, for some reason.
That is strange, but alright.
Yeah, but
yeah, going back to Sonic 1.
Right, back to Sonic 1. It's
okay.
It's good. Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's okay considering this was their first jump into creating this franchise.
Definitely. I feel a lot more went into the marketing of Sonic 1 than the actual game.
So this game, it actually released in America before Japan.
Oh, it did?
Yeah, it did. Because they wanted to capitalize on the Christmas market.
Yeah. Gotcha. Yeah, I do feel
sorry,
they definitely tried to hit the American audience with Sonic the Hedgehog, especially since they wanted someone who could compete against Mario, and Alex the Kid sure wasn't doing that.
Yeah, but they made so much changes to Sonic. They took away his fangs. He was originally in a rock band. They took that out.
He had a human love interest.
Girlfriend was there. I'm happy about that one at least.
Yeah, they originally gave him a human love interest like Roger Rabbit, but they took that out only to bring it back someday.
We'll get there.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this caused war with Sega, but they if this will let us beat Mario, go for it.
Yeah.
He threw a table, I'm pretty sure. Or a chair. He threw something. In the meeting when they said we want to make this game come out. We want to make the games come out in America first. They were not happy about it.
Mr. Needle Mouse. Wow.
But anyway, talking about the game itself.
It's good. I mean, it's simple. It's you're a blue hedgehog who can run really fast, and you fight against this fat guy named Robotnik.
Yeah, so
nickname Eggman was only in Japan originally.
Yeah,
and then it's
in the Japan, and then Sonic Adventure was when they actually made it the worldwide name.
Right. But yeah, Robotnik, as I just feel right calling him at this point. He contains animals into these machines, so Sonic has to save the little critters and get the 6 Chaos Emeralds.
Yeah, the 6 Chaos Emeralds.
That it's just kind of weird going back and being wow, there used to be only 6.
I know, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, so pretty basic story, but that was par for the course with the 90s.
The only real reason Sonic 1 is remembered at this point is Green Hill.
Yep. Because they use it
all the
every
other
single
songs kind of got lost to the wayside.
The gameplay was pretty simple in even comparing it to other Sonic games. There was no spin dash in the very beginning. It was literally just run and jump.
Which is unreal to think of.
Yeah, I know. And the main reason I think Sonic 1 did so well is because it had, well, at least graphically, it had more bits than any other console at the time. The console at the time were primarily 8 bits. The Genesis ran at 16 bits.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But yeah, other than that, there's really not much to go over with Sonic.
Right,
Well,
and then
Sonic 1,
they
I mean.
went and made Sonic 2
Hmm.
a couple of years later, and
Um,
they added the addition of a fox named Miles Prower, who was just called Tails.
yep.
It's
They,
totally an Ace Attorney name. I've
it really
someone
is,
said it
though.
before, and yeah.
But the reason they added Tails was that they wanted players to feel like they're controlling two characters. They tried.
Or at least like give like a player two option, like Mario and Luigi kind of thing.
Same story, really, because again, this was the 90s. They didn't really care about the story at the time.
Right.
Same graphics.
The only real bit of story is that Robotnik is up in space trying to create this giant death machine called the Death Egg, and Sonic has to stop it, and use Supersonic maybe.
But yeah, so there was some additions to this game. Then just
the spin dash,
the spin dash was added finally, which is so good to use. Like it makes going backwards in the level so much easier.
Emerald, which meant they added Supersonic.
Yeah, so now they have 7 Chaos Emeralds, so now Supersonic is a thing.
Right.
Something I also noticed when I was researching this for a retrospective I did a while back is that the Sonic 2 music is a bit faster than the Sonic 1 music.
Oh, that's neat.
This is to kind of just, it's faster gameplay, a bigger adventure, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But other than that, that's pretty much all
The
Sonic
special stages are awful, I'm sorry.
Special stages, you're right. So if you hit a checkpoint with 50 rings, you can go to a special stage. And if you complete 7 of them, you can get the Chaos Emeralds.
Right. The special stages in Sonic 1 were just dizzying, to say the least.
Yeah, these are much
ones
better.
In Sonic 2 are like the half pipe, which has become like pretty notorious with Sonic. Like he keeps coming back every once in a while, and it's just
I
hate it every time.
Yeah, I enjoy this more than the dizzying experience, but I will say it doesn't quell my anger when Tails just completely ruins everything.
Right.
I love him. He's my second favorite Sonic character, but he's ruined special stages in that game for me.
But yeah, I think that's about it for Sonic 3. Are we going in release order, or?
I'm going in release order, so next up would be Sonic CD.
Sonic CD next.
Yeah, so originally Sonic CD was a remake of Sonic 1 for the Genesis CD drive, but it was a commercial failure, so it was made into its own thing.
Okay.
This was made by Sega of Japan, while Sega USA got a head start in developing Sonic 3.
Right.
So this was the introduction of Amy and Metal Sonic into the series.
Right.
Thoughts on those two characters?
If I remember, like Sonic 2 had like a robotic Sonic thing, but Metal Sonic is like basically the most iconic like robot version of him.
Yeah, because this was an actual copy of Sonic.
Right. Who could actually keep up with him.
Let's talk about Amy now.
I mean, what is there to say about her? She's basically a damsel in distress the whole game.
Yeah, that's pretty much.
I mean, it's not like she improves much afterwards, but
I mean, we all know why she was included.
Right.
But anyway, there's.
It's kind of funny because people, it's like Tails is completely absent, which I mean would make sense. Like, in the real world, this is supposed to be like a remake of Sonic 1. But why is he absent here, like story-wise? Like, did they ever give an explanation? Like,
Nope.
Does this take place? Okay. Like, I think one explanation I saw.
No, it's not. But like,
I'm not sure if it was a theory or anything, but it was just like CD takes place between 1 and 2. I'm not sure.
I honestly do not know. But like in the real world, it's because it was developed alongside Sonic 2. So
the further we get into this, the less I'm going to be able to talk because I haven't played every Sonic game ever made. Sorry, guys.
For you, buddy.
Let's see. So Sonic 3 and Knuckles.
Before we go, I do want to talk about the gameplay of Sonic CD because there is a bit more to this.
Right, like the time travel thing?
The time travel thing where you can travel to the past, present, and future. And how you get the true ending is by going to the past and finding what's called a robot generator. And I'm pretty sure a robot hologram. And then that makes the future a good future. So yeah, it's kind of like I guess, treasure hunt level, if you want to call it that.
Right. Oh wait, one last thing before we move on to Sonic 3. There was that what was it, like the sound test menu?
Oh yeah,
The whole thing where like Sonic with the demonic face.
yeah, it's terrifying.
I don't even know what that was about, but okay.
Yeah, I can't give you an even better answer because.
You think they were predicting ugly Sonic like decades before?
Oh no. Ugly Sonic was planned.
Actually, speaking of ugly Sonic, you know about the cameo in the Chip and Dale movie, right?
I think everyone knows about the cameo in the Chip and Dale movie.
Okay, well, the funny thing is that there's a reason they keep referring to him as ugly Sonic, because that way because they don't have the rights to like the actual character Sonic, so they keep referring him to ugly Sonic in the movie to be like, oh no, this is our own character, like an OC.
Yeah.
No, but the best part is like when someone tried to ask one of the, I think it was one of the writers about ugly Sonic, said, hey, ask my lawyer, because he knows like if he phrases it, depending on how he phrased it, he could get into a lawsuit.
Yep. That's great.
Okay.
Sonic
All right.
3.
Now on to Sonic 3 and Knuckles.
Yeah.
The enchilada.
So yeah, this was the introduction of Knuckles. If you couldn't tell by Sonic 3 and Knuckles.
They already show him off as being pretty strong because Sonic immediately goes into Super Sonic at the start of the game,
and then
flies onto
knocked
Angel
out of it by
Island, only to
Knuckles.
get punched in the face and lose all the Chaos Emeralds.
Yeah. So Sonic 3 was half of what was supposed to be Sonic 3 and Knuckles.
Because it was a toy deal, right?
Yes, that's part of the reason.
Yeah.
But then when they released, one thing I do like is when they released the and Knuckles part of the game, you could.
Right, it wasn't
lock
just
on
restricted to Sonic 3. You could put in the other two games.
Yeah,
and,
you can use lock-on technology to put it with the other two games and make Knuckles playable in those games, which is something I think is cool.
No, I if I remember right, you can only like make Knuckles playable in Sonic 3 and 2. In Sonic 1, if you put it on top of the Sonic and Knuckles cartridge, you just get extra special stages, which is weird, but
At least it's something.
I guess. But
Okay,
this is
so
a.
There's
So
actually
Knuckles
a story
is
this
like
time.
the guardian of the Master Emerald. Eggman comes by, it's just like, hey, there's this blue hedgehog who wants the Master Emerald, and he wants to steal it from you. It's like, I'm gonna kill him. And so Knuckles, being the big himbo that he is, eventually realizes Sonic is the one who's good, and teams up with him and Tails to just beat up Eggman, crack his shell, if you will.
But yeah, so one thing I like is that there's two stories in this game. There's Sonic and Tails, and then there's Knuckles, who actually play out completely differently.
Mm-hmm.
They even have like different final bosses. Like Sonic and Tails is Eggman. I'm pretty sure Knuckles is Mecha Sonic.
Ah.
From what I remember. Graphics just got a small
what-
updates with like better sprites, so on.
They added the shields this game, right?
Oh yes,
the elemental shields,
the element shields. There was
Right.
fire, thunder, and water.
electricity. Yeah.
Yeah. Fire let you dash in midair. Electric gave you a double
There's
jump.
a magnet, right? Electricity. Rings.
I don't think in this game. I think it was just a double jump in this game.
Oh, okay.
And then
in the bubble, just let you breathe underwater.
Yeah, and it also gave you like a bounce as well.
Right. There's also the new special stages of this game, which is just like
the blue spheres.
The spheres. Which is really dizzying after a while, but
And they're definitely the best of the special stages that we have gotten.
I would say so too.
Did you know that they were the message, get blue spheres was originally get blue balls at one point?
I can see why they changed that.
Yeah,
I can see.
So
there was. Remember, if I remember right, Michael Jackson of all people was involved with the soundtrack.
Yeah, he was involved in the soundtrack, and
yeah.
I don't remember if Sega dropped him or if he quit the project, but one of them.
No, I think Sega dropped him because around the time Sonic 3 was being developed, Michael Jackson got charged with like child endangerment.
I mean, they're not wrong.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't blame Sega either to basically drop him and find a new composer, but now we just don't know what songs Michael Jackson made.
Yeah, because I think some of them did end up in Sonic 3.
Right, but everyone who worked on Sonic 3 is kind of tight-lipped about it.
Very
which,
tight-lipped.
makes sense. Yeah. Which
I
is
think that's all I can say
surprising
about
because
Sonic 3.
which is surprising because they admitted to the fact like Michael Jackson did work on the soundtrack. They just aren't telling us what songs he made. Which is
I've just figured you'd hide the whole thing if that was the case.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, other than the fact like it got used as like the blueprint for the Sonic 2 movie.
True.
Yeah. Which just briefly bring up the Sonic movies. They're pretty good. I enjoyed them.
I really enjoyed them. Speaking of Sonic movie, let's talk about a game they got a ton of inspiration from. My favorite game of all time, Sonic Adventure. Before we even get into the story, I want to talk about why this game even existed in general.
Okay, go for it.
Firstly, after Sonic 3, they took a break from Sonic in general and started to make their own new IPs. For example, Nights into Dreams, which they were okay. They had moderate success, nothing to the level of Sonic, but they were okay. And then the Saturn started to really struggle, especially because of the PS1 and the N64. So they really had to ditch the Sega Saturn and make the Dreamcast, and they had Sonic Adventure 1 as their launch title.
Gotcha. Right.
And yeah, but it paid off because the Dreamcast sold out. It really sold really well. Not enough to save them against the PS1, but it did sell really well. This was originally an RPG actually at the beginning of development, but they changed it.
Oh.
Which is something I find interesting. So I'm curious to see if it stuck as an RPG, what it would have ended up being.
Hopefully it would have been better than the Dark Brotherhood.
Oh boy, the Dark. I'm glad we're only talking about mainline games.
Yeah, we should establish that at the beginning. We're only talking about mainline games here, people. Okay, let me try and see if I can just sum this up, and if I get anything wrong, you can correct me.
Okay, go.
Alright, so, Sonic is up on a rooftop. He sees police cars, and he goes after them, and he finds, like, this blue water creature. Okay, that's kind of redundant. What other color is water? Anyway, Sonic fights him for a bit. He goes down into the sewers, and it turns out this water monster is called Chaos, and he's like a monster from the Chaos Emeralds meant to protect these little critters called Chow.
Yeah, I love them so much. They're adorable.
They are adorable, and I love the Chow Garden mini game of these games. Right, he was the one responsible for all the echidnas dying outside of Knuckles. Because they attacked the Chow and Chaos, the guardian spirit for them, basically fought back.
Yeah, but they caused it by hurting the Chow in the first place.
Yes, exactly. So,
but it was Chaos' fault.
And then Eggman, because it's always Eggman for some reason, he manages to take control of Chaos and starts feeding him the Chaos Emerald, since that seems to power him up. And eventually, Chaos gets a hold of the 7th and final Chaos Emerald, turns into Final Chaos. Oh no, Perfect Chaos.
Yeah, Perfect Chaos.
And drowns a city. Miraculously, everyone lives.
Surprisingly.
And Sonic finds the Chaos Emeralds, goes supersonic, and then just surfs around in Perfect Chaos's body until he's destroyed.
Yeah, because Chaos only used the negative power of the Chaos Emeralds. Sonic can still use the positive
power.
Oh,
right, that was the explanation. That's right. That's right.
But yeah, Supersonic stops
also,
Perfect
Big
Chaos.
the Cat was there.
Big the Cat was there.
What was the explanation behind his involvement? Like, what, did Froggy swallow one of the Chaos Emeralds?
I'll go through like the stories, like the finer points of each story, like briefly.
Okay. Alright.
Tails was accompanying Sonic most of the way. They get separated about halfway through the story. Tails repairs his plane. They get separated again, and Tails saves Station Square from being blown up, and is given a Chaos Emerald, but that will come important in Sonic Adventure 2.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Knuckles is repairing the Master Emerald after Chaos broke it because he was sealed inside it, and to get Chaos out, it had to be broken in the first place.
He almost falls for Eggman's tricks again.
Even though we had the whole Sonic Tree discussion, but okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, Knuckles.
Some things never change.
I know. He is a knucklehead.
But
yeah, he He's collecting the Master
Like, you
Emerald
fight
pieces.
Chaos 4 like 3 different times.
It's not even a fun boss the first time, and you have to do it 3 times.
I know.
Then there's Amy. Amy found a bird on its own, and she needs to reunite it with its family. The bird had a Chaos Emerald somehow.
One of the parents of that bird turns out to be contained in one of the robots you play as.
Yes, that's Gamma. Gamma was the bird's sister, and Beta was the bird's brother. They both have to be destroyed, and that's the whole point of Gamma's story. You turn against Eggman and defeat your robotic brothers and sisters, which is very tragic.
Big the cat.
And then Big the cat. Here you go. Here's what you wanted. Chaos swallowed one of the Chaos Emeralds. And I don't know the full details behind it, but he met Chaos in the beginning, and I think Froggy absorbed Chaos's tail, because Froggy has a tail, and as you know, frogs don't have tails. They lose it when they're a tadpole.
Oh!
So Froggy just has Chaos's tail, and I think he goes around looking for Chaos Emeralds, Froggy, now. And then Big is chasing him.
Gotcha.
But yeah,
Big goes after him, becomes a public nuisance, by flipping cars over.
He does actually, like, pick up a car and go under it. But each
he somehow manages to beat Chaos 6 by just fishing his frog out of there.
Yep, you just aim for the black cursor, and there you go.
Boom, done, you did it. You beat the one and only boss fight in Big storyline.
Yeah, it's literally a boss you beat in 6 seconds.
Right, in the DX port, if you complete the game, you can like play as Metal Sonic, right?
Yeah, you have to 100% the game.
Right.
And then but it's nothing
basically
special.
Just like a stage run. You don't even get like the mini worlds, right?
You
don't even get like the hub worlds with Metal Sonic, right? Or do you?
I don't think so. I think it's just a skin for Sonic.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It's still like a kind of cool addition.
It's a nice addition. But the main reason this story is so successful is because there's 6 gameplay styles in this game into one.
Right.
Sonic is the most traditional. It's the speed to get to the end.
Also gets like the most stages. Like out of the 12 stages, he gets like 11 of them.
10.
Oh, 10.
I think there's 11 stages and you get 10.
Okay, at least I got the ratio right.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Tails is a race where you race against Sonic or Eggman, depending on where you are in the story.
Right.
Using Tails' flight,
Knuckles
you can get
treasure
shortcuts
finder
that aren't available to the others. Knuckles is a treasure
has
hunter.
like a treasure detector for shards of the Master Emerald.
Yeah. This is the best implementation of it. They just butcher it in future games, but we'll get into that.
Oh boy.
Amy
has a hammer.
Amy is, I guess, supposed to be stealth, and I'm putting stealth in big quotation marks because I could never get the stealth to work. Because
I didn't even know you were supposed to be stealthy.
I mean, you can hide, but every time I've tried to hide, he's found me.
I just ran.
Even when I'm not moving and not doing anything, so... Big is fishing.
Right.
That's
what was the explanation behind like Big's inclusion, like meta-wise? Like the thing was they had like a fishing mini game for a different Dreamcast game, but that got canceled. But they were like, we still want to include this, and so they put in Sonic Adventures. That's
much.
The story, right?
Something along those lines.
Right. And Gamma is like he's like a shooter, like Mega Man kind of thing.
Gamma's a shooter. He can lock onto multiple targets. The more targets you lock on increases your decreasing time counter. And you have to get to the end before your time runs out.
This wasn't the introduction of like the homing attack really. What was it, like 3D Blast or something?
I don't even remember 3D Blast that well.
Okay, well this was like the first time it was made part of
the mainline game. This was the introduction of the homing attack.
Right. This was also the first game that started a bad trend where Super Sonic was only playable for like a final boss.
Yeah, it would have been cool to go back with.
Yeah, definitely. Instead, like, Metal Sonic, which, is neat. Like, just, like, if you 100% complete the game, you can just go through all the Sonic stages as Super Sonic. I don't know, that would have been neat.
That would have been neat, I will give you that. But yeah, it obviously left an impact on me. It's my favorite game of all time. So
Then one of the most well-known Sonic games, Sonic Adventure 2. Shadow the Hedgehog, our favorite edgelord.
Yeah. So this was the introduction of Shadow and Rouge into the
Introduced
series.
Rouge the Bat, a concerning character for
Very
sure.
concerning.
But okay, again, let me summarize the plot because I think it's funny when I do it, not knowing much about Sonic.
Go ahead.
So basically, Eggman, like breaks into a military base to find the magnum opus creation of his grandfather.
Yes.
I was locked away in there. And that magnum opus is Shadow the Hedgehog, who he initially confuses with Sonic, which I don't get. Like, yeah, they're both like talking hedgehogs and everything, but I mean, not that similar.
They really aren't.
But I guess, like by this logic, Amy's a hedgehog. Shouldn't see, or is it because she's a girl?
Because she's a girl. Sonic
there
and
you
Shadow
go.
both do. Every man looks alike. Duh.
You're saying you and I look alike, SL?
Yes, we do.
Oh damn. Okay.
I'm kidding.
So, Gun arrests Sonic thinking he's Shadow. Sonic breaks out of a helicopter owned by Gun. This was the game that introduced Gun into the series.
Yes.
Sonic goes through a city escape, fights a boss, meets Shadow for the first time, and then Sonic gets actually arrested for real this time. I'm just trying to think, like, what's the best way I can summarize this? So, Sonic gets broken out of prison by his best buds, and after that, they go to Egypt, because apparently Eggman built a rocket, fucking rocket in there.
Don't forget about the Knuckles and Rouge side plot.
We'll get to that, but then they go into space. Knuckles fights Rouge for the final bits of the Master Emerald. Rouge almost falls to her death. Knuckles catches her, and then Big is just sitting there on the sidelines.
Even though she's a bat and she can fly.
But also, I don't know, this is just like the funniest moment of like, they have like this Easter egg of Big being in the cutscenes as like little Easter eggs.
Yeah, and the levels as well.
But that cutscene between like cutscene of Rouge almost falling to her death is still funny, seeing Big just sitting there in the corner, just not doing anything.
He's fishing.
The lava?
Yeah. Froggy got into the lava. He has to fish him out.
Oh, god damn. But anyway, Sonic has a race with Shadow, which gets referenced a ton in future games. After that, you find like the prototype to Shadow, which was a giant lizard.
Yeah, because that was when you the point of the Dark Story is to collect all the 7 Chaos Emeralds and to use it to power the Eclipse Cannon so they can blow up the moon, because the best way to take over the Earth is to destroy the Earth.
Right.
So when you actually put all 7 Chaos Emeralds in, it actually
activates
the prototype for Shadow, and he takes control of the ship and starts piloting it towards Earth. And
then Sonic and Shadow both use the Chaos Emeralds to go super in a fight.
It was cool to have that for Shadow.
Shadow seemingly falls to his death, except not really, but we'll get into that.
Shadow was meant to die, but he was so popular he was brought back in the next game, Sonic Heroes, but we'll get there when we get there.
This is a whole like Shinjiro situation, god damn it.
But yeah, there are 2 stories in this game, but there are 3 playable characters in each, so you're still getting the 6 you had in.
And each of the playable characters like play the same. So really,
there was Sonic and Shadow.
Like what skin you play as.
So yeah, there was Sonic and Shadow.
I mean, there are like little differences here and there. I think.
There's like upgrades that are different, but generally the same. So there was Sonic and Shadow, Tails and Eggman, and then Knuckles and Rouge. And I guess Amy's there, but she's not really playable unless you're playing multiplayer. So.
Right.
Yeah. So Sonic and Shadow were speed levels, kind of like Sonic's levels in SA1.
Yes.
Tails and Eggman were in mech suits, which were kind of like Gamma, but instead of a focus on getting to the level before your time runs out, it's how much.
It's so funny seeing Eggman just in the Chow Garden, because he doesn't have his mech in there. Just seeing him run around like a madman.
Yeah. But yeah, Tails and Eggman are in mech suits, and it's not like Gamma where you're trying to get to the end before your time runs out. It's how many points can you get in a combo. Tails originally wasn't going to be in the game.
Oh, what?
Yeah,
Who
Tails
would-
originally wasn't going to be in the game, and I think it was either Rouge or Knuckles also wasn't going to be in it. I think Knuckles probably makes more sense. But
Oh,
they got so much, but the fans were pretty angry about that, so they just copy and pasted Eggman's gameplay onto Tails. So, like, that's why Tails is just in the mech again.
Okay.
But hey, at least he got included.
Yeah.
So, yeah, going on, now we can go on to Knuckles and Rouge. They were treasure hunting like an SA1, but oh my god, they butchered the radar so badly.
Of the explanation I saw was that they wanted it to be like, oh, you find them in like a certain order.
Yeah, but that's bullshit.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, you know, it adds replay value not only when you randomize it, but also when you can just find them like wherever.
Because you could be literally inches away from a Master Emerald shard at the beginning, but you won't be able to.
If you haven't found a
you to find
different
out
one
turret.
before it, you know, it's not going off.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Let's see. You didn't really miss anything in the story recap, I think.
After you beat the game, every level does have more.
Oh wait, no, I forgot about the dying message and Shadow's backstory.
Oh yeah.
The whole thing with Shadow is that he was best friends with
Maria Robot.
How is she related to Eggman? Is it like okay with Eggman's cousin Maria, who somehow looks a lot more attractive than her known relatives, but okay.
You're just saying that because she's female.
But that's the sad thing. So Gunn cut the cord on the project Gerald, Eggman's grandpa was working on.
Yeah, Shadow.
And Shadow. And to protect Shadow, Maria took a bullet for him and sent him down to Earth. And that's how he got caught by Gunn and locked away. Then this backstory, as great as it is, gets butchered to hell and back in Shadow the Hedgehog, but we'll get into that.
That's all about
I
Maria,
feel like
really.
that's it,
So
really.
yeah,
well, we didn't mention it back with SA1, but the soundtrack with Crush 40.
Oh, it's so good.
I miss them. I miss their work with the
They
series.
need to come back.
They want to come
Yeah,
back.
I
so
feel
they're just not
the
coming back
only
yet.
time they've come back, the last game they worked on was Sonic and the Black Knight, and he only came back to Sonic one time. That was for like the 30th anniversary. They made like a special song.
Yeah, they also did their own version of the opening for Team Sonic Racing as well.
What we will be talking about is Sonic Heroes, which is next up on our list.
Okay,
Did
feel
you play
like-
Heroes?
I'm not really. I've played a little bit of it,
Okay.
and I mean, I'm not like a big fan of it.
I mean,
But you know, like the potential for a great game, at least for me, was there with the whole like, oh, team dynamic sort of thing.
yeah.
I think what killed it for me is like each team goes through like the same set of levels.
That is true. I gotta ask.
The
though,
exact same. It's not like Sonic Adventure like 1, where it's like, yeah, the levels overlap a bit, but at least it's in a different order. You might go through like different parts of a level. No, it's just like the same level 4 times.
I do want to ask what version you played.
It's the version on this on the Xbox 60 I
Okay.
used to have.
Because okay, at least you played one of the better versions.
Okay, all right.
Because there was a problem in porting them over, where it was great if you port from the PS2, but if you port to the PS2, you're starting to get problems. Yeah, the PS2 ended up being extremely buggy because it was originally just going to be a GameCube and Xbox exclusive, I think, but then Sony threatened them with like, if you don't put this on the PS2, you're not allowed to put any other Sonic game on the PS2, so they had to do it.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Oh, right, because this was after Sonic Adventure 2, Sega stopped making consoles.
Yeah, so they had to.
I guess the Dreamcast or its games started selling really poorly.
Yeah, the Dreamcast just wasn't selling anymore, so they had to become a third-party developer.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
getting into
we've gotten
Sonic
some good
Heroes.
games, we've gotten some
But getting into Sonic Heroes, the story was definitely a lot more streamlined in this game.
Yeah,
Just
so
to allow
basically
them-
Eggman's plotting something. I don't even remember what it was this time. But he sends like an invitation to like Sonic and his teammates, and they're basically just like, oh, let's go stop him. And so they do, and they jump out of the plane.
Let the plane crash.
Hopefully it's autopiloted when Tails jumps out.
So yeah, there's also Team Dark. They want to get revenge on Eggman for Shadow and Omega, 2 of the members.
The way Team Dark story starts is basically Rouge finds the secret lab that used to belong to Eggman, and he finds like Shadow in like a pod.
Yeah.
But she also ends up, because she entered the room, she also activates Omega, who I guess was supposed to be like a security system.
Yeah.
And he's like, I hate Eggman for
robot.
trapping me here for years. And so, you know, that's cool. And now the three of them are just like, let's get back at Eggman and maybe find out what Shadow's deal is.
Yeah. Then there's Team Rose, that's Amy, Cream, and Big. Amy's searching for Sonic, Cream's looking for Chicola to Chow, and Big's looking for Froggy, who lost once again. Because apparently there's a newspaper that says Sonic stole them, but that doesn't add up. So they need to go find them.
Wait, okay. This wasn't Cream's introduction to the series. That was like Advance 2, right?
She was in Advance before Sonic Heroes.
Right.
And she was also cameoed in SA1, I'm pretty sure.
I think it was like in a re-release though.
Yeah, okay, sure. That was just the X. I didn't know if that was just the X or if that was.
Yeah.
Okay. Then there's also Team Chaotix. 3 characters haven't been in since one of the side games, Knuckles Chaotix.
And it's not even all of them who make it in.
It's just 3 of them. Vector the Crocodile, SBO the Chameleon, and Charmy the Bee. They run a detective agency, and they get a request from one of their clients to find them, and they will get paid handsomely. And they want money, so we're doing it.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. You know, Mighty the Armadillo would have been cool to have, even as like a little side character, but I don't really know what you could really do with him in this story.
So I understand why the story was more streamlined. It allowed them to just put more in the level design, which I do agree these levels are pretty well designed, and except for some of them.
Yeah.
But it ruined it when you had to play it 4 times.
Yeah. But the big plot twist with Hero's story is that all the Eggmen that the groups are fighting turn out to be only like Metal Sonic.
Yeah, it was Metal
who's
Sonic.
like collecting battle data.
Yeah. So how it worked was Metal Sonic was the one who kidnapped Froggy and Chicola Chow, the one who sent the letter to to Tails.
Right.
And then I'm pretty sure Eggman was behind locking Shadow and Omega in the room and was the actual one talking to Team Chaotix. He wanted Chaotix to come and rescue him. And so
then all the stories converge once you get all 7 Chaos Emeralds in like one of their.
What happened was Metal Sonic copied, because Metal Sonic has the ability to copy his opponents. So he copied Sonic's battle data, copied Shadow's battle data, and since he had Froggy, which absorbed Chaos's tail earlier, he also absorbed Chaos's battle data.
Okay, hold on. He's copying battle data?
Yeah. Essentially.
It's just the plot of Sonic Battle, isn't it? Robot copies battle data and starts imitating their moves. I mean, the only difference is that Emerald doesn't turn into a goddamn dragon at the end, does he? Oh, I haven't played all Sonic Battle.
Yeah, no, he doesn't.
Okay, well, I mean...
But yeah, then you get one of the coolest final bosses ever, where you have the 3 teams go up against Metal Sonic.
It sucks that you only get Super Sonic, and then Tails and Knuckles just get bubbles.
Unfortunately, because it would have been cool to see Super Tails and Super Knuckles, but okay, I guess.
I feel like the only reason why is because Tails didn't have a super form in Sonic 2, and they tried to explain that by making it so he only gets a super form when he has like the Hyper Emeralds, which were in Sonic 3. Do you not so Tails' super form has to have all the Hyper Emeralds from Sonic 3, and he gets like the Flicky Army of Death, as some call me Johnny said. Anyway, yeah, it's just a disappointment either way that they didn't get the same power up. But I mean, you know,
the impact of the
design of the final boss is sick as hell.
But the final boss was awesome. Like, it's still cool. And What I Made Of is one of my favorite vocal tracks from the series.
Definitely.
Like, it's so good. And yeah,
you beat Metal Sonic. Sonic basically just says the power of friendship and runs off.
Yeah, Sonic's like, power of friendship will always beat you.
Pose for the freeze frame, credits.
Yeah. But yeah, Sonic's like, okay, I win again. Power of friendship beats you. I'm looking forward to our next rematch. Runs off. Amy chases after him. Rouge is like, oh, well, I guess the Master Emerald's free now. I need to go get that. And, like, Knuckles is like, no, I need to stop you, and runs after her. And then Eggman tries to sneak away without paying Team Chaotix, and then Charmy stings him to death. So, yeah. And that's how the game ends.
Oh, wait, okay, one more thing, because Shadow the Hedgehog is next,
before
right?
we talk about Shadow, we need to talk about Shadow in Heroes.
Right, so the Team Dark ending, it is basically Rouge finds another secret base of Eggman, and she finds like all these clones of Shadows inside of a pod, and so she and Omega, Shadow's not in the room with them, right?
Yeah, he left.
Right, okay, so Rouge and Omega are there, they make this discovery, and Omega's just like, well, I think Rouge is like, so which one's the real Shadow? Is it the one we're tagging along with, or is he a clone? And Omega's just like, let's just not think about it. Alright, we don't need to break his brain.
Yeah,
so and because they don't decide to tell him, we get Shadow the Hedgehog.
So the main reason this happened is because Shadow was a popular fan character. Sega wanted to try and make more spin-offs.
Wanted to capitalize on his popularity by making his own game.
Exactly, and as well as that, the people who had grown up playing Sonic Adventure 1, 2, and Heroes, they were starting to reach teenagers now. So
right, they wanted to keep the demographic they already had.
Yeah, those fans wanted a more mature Sonic game, and a lot of people wanted a shooting element in Sonic again, but the result.
I'm pretty sure what the idea was. Correct me if I'm wrong, was that Shadow was going to be like a sister series to Sonic.
Yeah, no,
so it's like for like the more adult audience, Shadow would be there.
Yeah, exactly.
And then Sonic would stay the way he was for like kids.
Yeah,
new fans.
That's exactly right. They were gonna try and make Shadow into a series, and Shadow would be for the older Sonic fans, and then Sonic would stay the way it is. And they started to do that by giving Shadow a gun because people wanted a shooting element, but developers thought, oh, well, we can't give a gun to Sonic even though he gets one in Smash, but let's not talk about it.
Okay, so Smash is a special deal.
I'm joking.
But yeah, I mean, I don't...
But like, this would be weird for Sonic, but hey, it's weird if we give one to Shadow, so they gave Shadow a gun. And that's how we're here today.
You already had characters who, like, shoot stuff, like, okay, Gamma was off the table because he was dead, kind of. I mean, Omega was there. I guess,
True, but he wasn't as popular.
Omega, the video game, didn't sell as much, but, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, so...
There's also,
describe the start, just the start of the story, because this is a complex one.
But we're not going to talk about the whole story, because we'll literally be here all week.
Look, I've only just go over like the general thing.
Yeah.
So this game has like a unique thing where it's like branching paths, like kind of like a visual novel.
Yeah, because each
like a platforming kind of thing with like Sonic.
Yeah.
But you know, with the added elements of guns and vehicles and all that.
Sorry, what?
And basically the splitting paths are basically like, do you side with Sonic and the other heroes? Do you side with this new character Black Doom and his villainous forces? Or do you just do your own thing? Basically, just SMT, Shin Megami Tensei, but with Sonic the Hedgehog characters.
Yeah, each level had 3 endings, the hero ending, the dark ending, and the neutral ending.
And there were 2 of like in the middle.
Yeah.
Between like the extremes, yeah.
So imagine it's like a flow chart, each has 3 endings, and then you branch off. Some even...
No, 10 endings. Because there are the thing is, like, when you in the final level at the end of like the flow charts in the final levels, you can like still make a decision whether to go dark or hero, and that means that you can get 2 separate endings off that final level, which means there are 10 endings and none of them actually matter because because there's a true ending when you get them all.
Yeah, so none of them actually mattered for anything.
The only real importance this story has is to like basically confirm that the Shadow we played as is in Heroes and in this game is the real one, not a clone.
And that only happens if you're fighting the boss for over, I think, 6 minutes.
6 minutes?
Yeah.
Yeah, Eggman just calls you on the phone, just being like, hey, you're the real one, okay, bye.
Pretty much.
Kind of, like I said earlier, they kind of ruined the backstory with like the arc, just shoving in Black Doom. Like, they tried to explain, like, oh, we made him a hedgehog, because that was, like, the alien's request.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not sure why you want a hedgehog, but okay.
It's so. I don't know. Maybe that was like a symbol of power back where they're from.
Yes.
Black Doom's just kind of boring. The villain. I mean, there's not really much to him other than trying to like, Shadow, the dark side's pretty cool. You should join it. I'm just saying. And Shadow can basically just be a total tsundere and be like, no, but maybe. Yeah, that's really
That's pretty much it.
Like, this game barely matters in the grand scheme of things. Again, the only real importance is at the very end. If you just waste time during the boss fight, you just get told, hey, this is the real Shadow that you met back in Adventure 2.
Have fun.
By the way, do like the Shadow clones, are they still a thing? Do they still get referenced?
Yeah,
they do? Okay.
They literally bring it up in Forces.
Okay, gotcha.
But I mean, that's Forces, so. But we'll get there. This was Sonic's 15th anniversary, and oh boy,
This
what a
is one of
15th
the problem
anniversary
children.
it was.
So
this game
06, if I remember correctly, the troubled history of 06 is that 2006 was going to be like the 15th anniversary for Sonic,
Yep.
right?
As I just mentioned, yeah.
So they wanted to make sure there was at least a console mainline game to celebrate that anniversary.
Yeah. So what they did was they were going to make, they were making it for the PS3 and the Xbox 360. But it was taking a long time. And they're like, yo, we got this new console, the Wii, coming out, and we want a Sonic game as a launch title. You don't have a choice.
That's how Sonic and the Secret Rings came to be.
So yeah, so they tried to port 06 to the Wii. That wasn't going to happen. So the development team split in half, with half continuing 06 and then half working on Sonic and the Secret Rings.
And the game got rushed because they wanted to make sure it got out by the anniversary, like, holidays.
Yeah, and the worst part was that Yuji Naka, the head of Sonic team, left the company during 06's development. So they were just left without a lead for a while, which also complicated matters.
Oh no, what's worse, him leaving Sega after 06, making that a swan song with the company, or him like going back into game development for Balan Wonderworld?
Yeah. To be fair, that is more Square's fault than his fault, but
okay,
that's a topic for another day.
Yeah. Okay, so Sonic 06 introduces a new Hedgehog. Named Silver, who, he's cool.
I like Silver. I want to get more screen time, but
I feel like people hate on him a lot because this was his first game, so he left a bad impression.
I mean, he wasn't even that bad in this game. It's just he's more of a bitch in the other ones.
They also included Blaze the Cat as his sidekick, retconning her backstory in Sonic Rush.
Yep. Exactly.
Then they retconned it again with Sonic Rush Adventure, and they were like, "Oh wait, no, that's the real one, guys. That's the real backstory." Make up your mind, please.
So, do you want to do the story recap, or do I gotta do it?
There's gonna be. I'm just gonna. Basically, there's a human girl who can't cry because there's a fire monster inside of her, and Eggman wants to get that out of her, but Sonic's not letting him. And then there's this guy named, I was about to say Mephisto, but that's a comic book villain.
Yeah, no, that's a different character.
Mephiles, that's his name. Mephiles gets broken out of his cage and takes the form of Shadow because time travel happened and Shadow was the one who sealed them away, yada yada. Basically, Mephiles just kills Sonic, legit kills Sonic. And then that makes Elise cry, releases that fire monster Iblis that destroys the future. Silver is from, they fuse together into a god. And Elise is like, wait guys, Sonic's only mostly dead. We can bring him back through the power of love. And that happens.
We're not going to talk about it.
Yeah, let's just move on. And basically, through the power of the Chaos Emeralds, Sonic, Shadow, and Silver all go into their super form and fight the god of space and time, Solaris, to destroy then once and for all, they just turn her into a candle.
And then extinguish it.
Yeah, and Elise is basically just like, I don't care about the rest of the world. I just want to be friends with you, son. I'm like, what do you mean? But she blows out the candle anyway. Next thing you know, it's back to the start of the game. Elise is doing the ceremony properly this time, and she seemingly remembers Sonic when she sees him in the distance, but not really. It's kind of open-ended, which kind of sucks because no one wants to remember this game even happened.
Exactly. There's literally the only person who remembers 06 is Sonic. It had multiple playable characters, and each of them kind of played differently. You had Sonic with his speed. Tails and Knuckles feature in his levels. Tails had his flight, Knuckles had his glide. Then it was Shadow. Shadow had vehicles you could take over. You could take over and drive. Some were okay, some were not okay. I think Rouge had treasure hunting as well. I think it was just as bad as Sonic 2.
And then Amy got another playable appearance with the Silver story.
Mm-hmm. And then there was Silver, who himself was playable. Silver had his levitation powers.
And all that. They split up the story into like 3 paths: Sonic, Shadow, and Silver. Mm-hmm. And I don't know.
Okay, Sonic's was the others were pretty good.
Yeah, they were okay. I feel like the story, basically just everything about this game just need more time in the oven.
For Sonic's story, I can agree with you. The others are pretty good from what I remember.
Also, Blaze dies, or at least like, kinda.
Because then they retconned it in Sonic Rush Adventure.
You could just use like the universal reset at the end of the game to explain why Blaze is in another dimension now. I guess I don't know.
Oh, with that, I think we just leave 06 in the past where it belongs.
Yeah.
So, Unleashed is the next game on the list.
I like it. It's
I also
good.
like Unleashed.
I especially like the daytime stages. Nighttime stages, they're fine. They're harmless. I don't mind them too much.
The only thing I don't like about the nighttime stages is that every time you get an encounter, it's the
that song does get annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sonic.
One other thing I don't like about the night stages, and this is just for me because I played the Wii version because I didn't have a PS3 or an Xbox growing up, so I had to play the Wii version. And yeah, when you're controlling a fighting game using a Wii remote and nunchuck, your arms get tired really, really fast. Game's like half Sonic game, half fighting game, I guess, or beat 'em up. Where it was classic Sonic levels during the day,
and at night you turn into the Werehog and fight demons with Mr. Fantastic powers.
Yeah.
I mean, also there was like this little fairy dude named Chip that was with you, right? That was his name?
Yeah.
But he turns out to be Light Gaia, the counterpart to Dark Gaia, who turned you into the Werehog in the first place. You seal them both back into the earth, Sonic's back to normal, and he and Tails just go off into the distance. Chip is basically almost never referenced again.
Yeah, no, I just don't think he is referenced again. Like, period.
Like outside like spin-offs and like mobile games and stuff.
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah. But, well, I mean, in mainline he's never referenced again.
The game was okay from what I remember. I haven't played it in like a long time, but
I really like the story. It's pretty...
the story's pretty good.
Yeah, the story's pretty good. I enjoy it. Night could be a little bit better, but like, it's not terrible in my opinion. Yeah,
okay, next up is...
I just recommend you play the Xbox 360 or the PS3 version if you're gonna play Sonic Unleashed.
Okay. Next up.
Next up, I don't have any notes written past here, but I do know the release order off by heart.
Oh, damn, okay.
So, if we're going to talk about mainline games and not bring up spin-offs, next is Sonic Colors.
Sonic Colors.
I have a lot of feelings about Sonic Colors, so I'm going to let you go first.
I mean, I haven't played it in like a long time, but from what I remember, I liked it. It was pretty good. I mean, it's not one of my favorite games out there, but yeah, I liked the platforming. The Wisp powers were pretty cool. I mean, the story wasn't that great, but I mean, it felt like something out of a Saturday morning cartoon, and you know, it's fine.
My turn.
That's really all I got.
All right. This is your first mistake. You let me talk about Sonic Colors. I don't like Sonic Colors. I liked it as a kid. I replayed it recently. I do not like it now. Just like, why did they make the game the way it is? Firstly, it's too short. It's too short. Only 2 levels in each world, like past the 3-minute mark. The rest are under a minute. Also, the story is just no. Why did? I understand what they were going for, but like, there's so much I could say about this. They wanted to go for a more casual Mario audience, but then again, like, the whole point of Sonic was to rival Mario, so why are you doing this in the first place? As well as that, they got writers who aren't Sonic fans to write the game. That could only spell trouble, yet you went ahead with it. And then I like the Wisps in this game, but they keep coming back when they don't need to.
I see what you're talking about.
Yeah, like, I like the Wisps in this game, but I feel like some of them could have been like power-ups from the previous game, like Hover. Hover was just a replacement for the Lightspeed Dash. And the boost is just pointless in Sonic games in general because it's just a press button, it's just a press X to win system. You hold down the boost, you can't take damage, you kill everything in your path. Like, what is the point of it? Other than just to clear the level faster. But yeah, I do not like Sonic Colors. I've made a longer video if you want to hear my thoughts in more detail. Moving on.
I mean, you say like the DS version is like the best one?
Yeah, the DS version is the better one. But it's been a few years since I played that one.
Yeah, that was the one I played first. And I mean, yeah, it's good. I liked it for what it is. Like, it's basically the third Rush game. Okay, is Generations next?
Generations is next, yes. Thank you, because I actually almost forgot about it. So, Sonic Generations. This was the.
I feel like it's the best anniversary game that we've gotten in the series. Definitely.
This was the 20th anniversary, and
right.
Yeah. I think it was Takashi Iizuka. He's like, yo, we don't have a 20th anniversary title in development. Someone get working on this. So they started developing Generations with the idea of bringing back the best stage from every Sonic game. So they held a survey internally with all the games and then everything listed under it, and just like, okay, take whichever one's your favorite Sonic level, and then they collected that. Then they made the survey public for Sonic fans around the world to take. Funny enough, Shadow the Hedgehog and Sonic and the Black Knight were all on this list, so I think at some point in development they were going to get level represents, but they didn't in the end. But yeah, anyway.
The story's like Eggman like unleashes this demon called the Time Eater.
Yeah, so after he was banished into space in Sonic Colors, he found a Time Eater alone in space. Ditched Orbot and Cubot in space, because you literally see them waving goodbye in the cutscene. So it's like, I'm ditching you guys. Time Eater's my new best friend, and he saves Eggman. And he plans to change time so he beats Sonic.
Yeah.
So then it's Sonic's 16th birthday, even though he's still 15 in future games. So let's not question it. But yeah, Sonic's birthday. They're celebrating Sonic's birthday. Then Time Eater's like, yo, why didn't I get an invitation? And crashes the party. And sends everyone back in
into
time.
like vortexes. And then Sonic wakes up in like a white void, goes through zones he's gone through in the past, frees his friends, and meets like his past self who can't
because messing with time also messed the original version of these stages. So classic Sonic and classic Tails were pulled into this mess.
Yeah, classic Sonic can't talk, which is kind of a cute little detail. But
classic Tails can talk.
Right, classic Tails can talk, not Sonic. Though.
I mean, Tails like his, defining feature is his intelligence. So
yeah,
So
you basically just like with pep talk from your friends, you and classic Sonic, both Sonic so Super Saiyan beat both Eggmans, vanish the Time Eater, and then they're stuck in a white void, the Eggman. But they just argue for the rest of time.
It's pretty funny, honestly.
both Sonics have their birthday and then go back to their, and then plus Sonic and Tails go back to their own time. Boom, done. That's it.
I do
It's all
also want to
folks.
quickly bring up the 3DS version because that's a completely different game. It's made like more like Sonic Rush and Sonic Colors
It focuses
DS.
more on the handheld stuff.
Yeah, because Dimps said that one, and they've been making the handheld
Right,
version.
right.
And it actually has different levels than the console version.
Different bosses too, right?
Yeah, it also has different bosses. I like 3DS. It was the first version I played before I got my PC, and then could actually play the actual Sonic generations. But yeah, the console version is better in my opinion. But it's the 3DS is a nice time race. It's a nice time waster. It was like second 3DS game that like didn't come with the console.
Wow.
Yeah. My first was Mario 3D Land, but that came with the 3DS. So
Can't remember what game, the order I got my games.
I only remember 3D World and Sonic Generations because Mario came with it, and I don't like Mario, and Sonic's my favorite thing ever. So.
Alright.
But yeah, we pretty much covered all we can about Sonic Generations. It's harmless.
Next one up
Next one is Sonic Lost World. I also have a lot to say about Sonic Lost World, so if you want to go first, you can.
I haven't played it, so...
Okay, cool. I get to go then. I also don't like Sonic Lost World. They're the same writers as Sonic Colors, so that's just already an instant flop. Voice acting, they had no voice direction, so just none of the voices just land. The jokes are unfunny. Any interesting plot point they have is dropped seconds later. Tails starts an argument with Sonic and Eggman, but they like kind of forget. But then Tails gets kidnapped in the next world, so like they don't have time to develop this conflict. Eggman's working with Sonic, but then again they don't even like interact that much. So like what's even the point?
Yeah.
The Deadly Six are just terrible villains. They have no character at all. They get one character trait, and that is their entire character.
And they actually bring in one of them back for forces, which is wild.
Yeah. Savok, he's just a Bowser clone. He's meant to be intimidating, but he fails at doing that. Zaz is the crazy one. He just does insane shit. And it's not funny.
The girl.
The fat one eats a lot. This whole gag is he has a giant sandwich the whole game. That Eggman gave him, like, yo, if you do a good job, I'll give you this giant sandwich.
And what happens is Sonic knocks like some kind of like thing out of Eggman's hands, which he was using to control the Zeddy.
Yeah.
That's what they're called.
Yeah, the Zeddy.
Yeah.
But Sonic kicks it out of their hand like, oh, you can't have.
Now they're
nice
the
things.
villains, and Eggman has to team up with them.
Yeah, because the Zeddy can just take control of Eggman's mech apparently. But anyway, then there's the Master. He's just an old man. That's his character trait. There's the girl. That's it. Then there's the Goth. There's just depressed, and that's their character trait. There, I've covered all the Deadly Six. There's nothing more to them. You're welcome. I also don't like the gameplay too much. Okay, the gameplay had potential, but they failed. They tried to make the levels more explorative with the multiple paths and being a cylindrical platform instead of just a 2D plane. So I can see what they're going for, but you don't put anything in them. The only thing you can find in the levels are the red rings, but the only thing they unlock is Supersonic once you get every single one.
You can still, well, at least you can play them in like the regular levels, right?
But, like, I feel like that's not a worthy reward for the amount of times you're gonna have to replay the levels looking for these red rings.
That's a good point.
But also there's a button attached to Sonic's run. Why can't he just have his normal speed the whole time?
Alright, I remember hearing about that. That is kind of stupid.
Yeah. I like the parkour system, but it's a bit hard to get used to. I wish they'd bring it back though. I did like the parkour was a nice idea. I just wish they kind of developed that a bit more.
Alright.
Sonic Lost World was also the first Sonic game to have DLC. Sorry, no, that's a lie. Generations was the first to have DLC, but this is the first one to have like bigger levels
behind DLC.
Like, DLC.
There was
It had
the Zelda
Yoshi's
one.
Island, which had
Yeah,
all
there was
the
the
same
Yoshi's
problems with the
Island
base
one.
game. You collect Yoshi eggs and save them at the end, but it had all the same problems with the base game, so meh. I like the art style, but that's it.
There was also a Zelda one,
There was
right?
also a Zelda one. I like the first half of it being open and explorative. But then you go down into the tunnel, and then it has all the same problems as the base game. So,
Woohoo!
then there's a Nights into Dream DLC.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, this is all the problems of the base game. You literally do one homing attack and the level is practically automated for you. And then the level was meant to be a boss rush, but you don't even fight the Deadly Six. You fight the contraptions they're on instead, which is just a letdown. And the Deadly Six weren't even good bosses in general, so to have a boss rush and not even fight them is kind of lame.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all I have to say about Sonic Lost World. I don't like the game.
And then after that was Sonic Boom, right?
Sonic Boom, yeah, that's basically spin-off, so I'm not gonna talk about it too much. But
Okay. And
I like the
after
TV
that
show.
was
I like the TV
Forces.
show. The TV show is good, but all the games suck. Then there was
Next
Sonic
up is
Forces.
Forces. I haven't played this one either, but I have watched like the cutscenes and everything.
Yeah.
I will say like Infinite was just wasted potential.
Oh yeah, he could have been such a cool
Sonified.
villain, but they wasted that.
Right. Because there was the whole thing with like the Phantom Ruby from Sonic Mania.
Yeah, because they wanted it to relate, so they have a reason to make Generations 2 and put Classic Sonic in it, but Classic Sonic levels were
Right,
good,
but then they
so-
explain like Classic Sonic's from another dimension, even though
Generations
before they
was
said,
just Sonic
oh,
in
it's
the
from a
past.
different point in time, which they
Yeah.
still could have done.
Yeah, they could have just said, hey, you're the Sonic from the past, but no.
Exactly. Why you have to complicate things?
I really feel like the writers don't know what they're doing, which is right because they're not Sonic fans, they don't know what they're doing.
Anyway, Sonic gets defeated by Infinite and
It's put in prison on the Death Egg.
last villains, and then Eggman manages to just take over most of the world, and then Sonic's friends start a resistance force featuring your own created character, and Sonic gets freed, he helps in the resistance, you eventually defeat Infinite and Eggman, save the day, yada yada, you get the point.
Yeah, so, will I get into why I don't like Forces then?
Yeah, go for it, man.
Alright, so Classic Sonic, waste, did not need to be there, none of his levels are good anyway. Modern Sonic kind of has the problems that like the modern Sonic games have, where like they're passable, but they're like just so mediocre and bad. Like why did you make them like this? Just make better levels. And then there's the Avatar. The Avatar is the one fun part of this game, and that's just because you can customize him to look as derpy as you want. The Avatar levels are fine. I don't like that you can only have one certain wisp on equipped to your character, so you can only use one wisp per level if you have the right wisp, like gun attached to it. That's stupid in my opinion. Just make the wisps unlockable like from the beginning. The game is too short. You can beat it in like 3 hours. So yeah, like their anniversary
They have
title
like
is like
Shadow
less than 3
DLC,
hours.
right?
Huh?
That's Shadow DLC,
Oh yeah,
right?
there's Shadow DLC, but that's like 3 levels. And it has all the same
Not
problems
much,
as
okay.
the base game of Sonic Forces, but I mean, hey, you get to play a Shadow, which is cool, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's only 3 levels, and you're not really missing much.
Right.
It's literally just backstory to explain what Shadow's been doing before he joins the main
Yeah, like
cast.
the whole thing with like Infinite, like from what I saw, it was like he had so much potential as like a villain. Like he could have been a final boss, and I would have been. And,
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely,
that
but they
would've been
wasted
cool.
it.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, we
The
can't have a
backstory
Sonic
they gave
boss.
in the
where-
Shadow DLC, from what I remember, is basically like he was hired by Eggman to go after Shadow. Shadow just hit him once and left, and
Yeah.
Infinite just cried about it, and then there you go. That's Infinite's whole backstory. Really? That's it?
The internet really got sensitive. Just one hit from Shadow's enough to
I
send
mean,
you down a Joker arc.
Oh my god. I don't know, it's just like he seemed pretty cool, but then he does almost nothing in the base game, and then like what little insight we get into him with the Shadow DLC, base game amounts to nothing.
Yeah, Infinite was wasted potential. His theme is cool, but that's all that's cool about him.
I mean, there's not really much else to say with Forces.
Yeah,
What
it's just a disappointment, really.
to end things off, we got announced Sonic Frontiers. We are starting to see like gameplay and stuff.
Yeah. I don't know how I feel about Frontiers.
Like your biggest concern is that you're not a fan of like open world games.
Yeah, so I just worried it's gonna be another Breath of the Wild situation because I got Breath of the Wild with like when like all the hype was around it and I played it and I was really disappointed in Breath of the Wild. I never finished it. I just felt like I was never doing anything in the game except like wasting my Switch battery. So I just never finished Breath of the Wild.
I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of open world games either.
Yeah.
I mean, they're fine, but I prefer prefer other games over it.
Yeah, so like
you know, hey, if it ends up being good, it ends up being good, you know?
I just hope I'm doing something, and honestly, I'm a little disappointed.
You're hoping it gives you a consistent feeling of, I'm making progress.
Yeah, that's kind of my biggest problem with open world games, because I don't feel like I'm ever making progress.
Yeah.
I'm kind of disappointed with how the internet's kind of treating this right now, like, can we at least wait till the game is out before we start calling it bad? Like, I mean, yeah, I know I called it bad. Sonic called it before it came out, but that was Sonic Colors Ultimate. That was different.
That was destined to fail.
Yeah. But like, I could see from the trailers that was destined to fail, and I don't really see it here. Like,
this could be it could be a pretty good game.
Yeah. I don't know. I want to wait for it to come out before I outright.
Well, if it ends up being good, I'll get it. If it doesn't, I could laugh at it. That kind of thing.
Yeah. But I want to wait for it to come out first because it has potential. I'm just... Yeah. But at least we have a better writer heading the story now. Yeah, we got rid of Pontac and Gaff, and now Ian Flynn, who writes the IDW comics, is now lead writer of the game. So...
Oh, who actually knows what Sonic's about. That's good.
Yeah, he actually knows, like, if there's one thing IDW does right, it gets the Sonic cast right, which is good.
Yeah, that's about it for us about Sonic.
We've covered the whole series. Wow, we actually got this done faster than Kingdom Hearts. Wow.
Yeah, well, and Axel was there to just like joke around a lot, so we kind of just lost our minds halfway through.
Yeah, I watched that again last night. Axel was fun to have. We need
that
to have
was
him
amazing.
back.
We definitely need to have him back someday, but
yeah.
For now, yeah, that's about it for Sonic with us.
Yep. So I guess follow us on Twitter and YouTube. Subscribe to the main podcast channel.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Thank you all for watching. Bye bye.